Welcome to Zahera Speaks, a daily awakening check-in podcast. I am Sara Treadwell, and I'm really excited to be in this space with you to offer support and guidance through this great awakening. I am an awakening coach and spiritual guide, a psychic medium and channeler. I've been channeling Zahera since 2021. She is a non-physical being who is here to offer us support through this great awakening. I'm really excited to be able to hold this space each day for us to receive a message from Zahera to support us during this great awakening. Thank you for being here with me. I'm sending you so much love. Today we're going to listen to a message that was received a year ago on TikTok about the masculine and feminine energies coming into a state of balance and wholeness. When I first received this message, I had just shortly before, and I'll say this in the audio, but I had just received some messages about coming into balance with our masculine and our feminine energies. The idea that both of these energies exist within each of us, and there's been a distortion not only in our physical embodiment of the feminine and the masculine, but also in the internal experience of these two energies that are meant to exist in wholeness within each of us. When I first received this message you're about to hear, I was still really, it was so new. I was like, what's going on? What does this mean? So I actually had some discomfort with this channeling when it happened, because it's really hard for me when I don't understand sometimes the things that are channeled, which happens because it's not my information. And that actually was a hard part of getting to a place where I was comfortable channeling for other people, because if I channel something alone by myself, just for me, and I'm confused by it, then I can seek clarification until I understand. But when I send the channeled messages out into the world or channel for other people's questions, I don't always understand what the answer is, especially in that moment, because I'm still processing and working through it with the new information. So I remember that I was going through that with this channeling, that I was still really, I'm like, I don't understand, so it doesn't feel safe to tell people this, but I posted it anyways. And I just wanted to share that. It came to mind that I was rewatching it, getting ready to post this, and I thought, yeah, I was still really going through it at the time. I'm in a much different place now with these ideas, but I still think there's new layers to understand from this message for me and hopefully for you. So thanks for being here with me. Yesterday I shared a message about like the masculine and feminine, and how both we hold both, and how in its healed state the masculine gives and the feminine receives, but that we're living in this time right now where there's distortion, and so the masculine energy is take, and the feminine energy is give, both in dysfunctional ways. And through the healing of this, not only externally, because the external is just a reflection of the internal, but that we would heal this internally by connecting internally with this making this adjustment. Now, I have no idea what that means. I can understand it. I see it now. I couldn't see it. And when I received it and processed it and shared it, I can see it more and more, how this is true. This is real. And how in order to change the energy of how we coming into wholeness, that we need to shift these back into alignment, where the masculine energy within each of us would be giving and the feminine energy within each of us would be receiving. But I have no idea what that means. How do you do that? What does that even look like? What does that mean? So I want to ask Zahera what she thinks, if she has any insights.
And maybe we ask a bunch of, I don't know, maybe we ask a bunch of different beings. I'm not sure. But I want to ask Zahera what she thinks, and we'll see her thoughts, okay? Hold on. Okay, I had to do a big yawn. All right, ready? Ah, yes, wonderful. Ah, what an interesting idea for us to explore today. What an interesting idea. How would it be that you would come returning into alignment and balance with the masculine and feminine energies? This seems to be a bit of an advanced topic, perhaps a bit ahead of our time at this moment. But that does not mean we can't talk about it, and it does not mean that we won't have benefit from exploring these ideas. Yes, yes, you understand. The masculine energy in its divine form would be in the energy of giving, offering, supporting, protecting. It has an energy of sustaining. It holds an energy of quiet authority. In its divine form, the masculine is at peace in the knowing that it can handle any situation that arises from a place of power and strength, not power over, but the deep knowing of the power that exists within the divine masculine energy of unconditional love, protection, and support. This is the masculine in its holistic, complete, peaceful, divine state. This energy exists in balance with the feminine. The feminine energy in its divine state is in a state of receiving, receivership, accepting, allowing, flowing, being. Yes, the divine feminine is in a state of creativity, expansion. The divine feminine holds the power for creation. It births all new concepts and ideas. The masculine is in the energy of the doing. The feminine is in the energy of the being. Both have value when existing in balance with one another, both externally and within your own being. Yes. How would one begin to express these energies in the divine form within oneself? Well, I would say those of you who are here with us now are already on the journey. This is a natural return to wholeness that you are on the path of. The idea that you should force or figure out how to do it is exactly the distorted energy that we are here to assist in the correction of. The understanding that this could be true will naturally quake and shake down into every aspect of your being and will allow each cell to wake up and remember the power of this idea. I don't think you understand the magnitude, the power of ideas. It is less about making something happen. When you simply suggest an idea, it trickles through all that it expresses. It trickles through all that come in contact with this idea. And it allows every aspect of creation, every fiber of the being to investigate and wonder and expand from this idea. Now, there have been many suggestions that have brought forward more and more distortion. As I have said before, it was the time for this, and now that time is coming to an end. And so it is time now for us to wonder, even more than ever, about the healing, about the restoration, about the bringing it all back together into wholeness. We can use the reflection to inform the internal, but the work begins in the internal in order for us to shift the reflection, yes? And so I invite you to simply sit with and consider this idea, the idea that in its purest form, the masculine would be in the giving, feminine would be in the receiving. Allow this idea to trickle down through your system. Allow yourself to be in the wonder of this without attachment to what this means and how you should figure it out. Because it is in the remembering. It is already here for you. It is not something that you must discover in the way that as if it was not already here. It is here, just as all of these things on this desk are here. It is here already. It is just for you to notice it. It is here. This cup was here. And whenever I choose to notice it, I can bring it into view. I can make it a part of this experience. But the cup was already here. I just didn't see it or understand it. And that is what you're doing. It's already here. Okay? Allow it to be, and it will naturally rise when the energies are ready for this. Many blessings.
I am curious your thoughts around the masculine and feminine, this concept. I think we have so much more to tap into and explore in this area. Zahira doesn't normally talk a ton about this. She talks a little bit, but she hasn't gone into super depth on this topic. So yeah, I'm really curious your thoughts, or if any questions come up with for you on this. I'm here for it. Thanks for being here with me. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love connecting with you, and I'd love to know any questions you might have for Zahira. You can send me your questions to zaheraspeaks@gmail.com. If you want to connect more, make sure to follow me on TikTok, YouTube, and Substack. And if you're looking for community, join me in the Great Awakening Collective, a private community for those on their awakening journey to connect, grow, and learn together. Check out the specific links in the description of this episode. I'm sending you so much love. Until tomorrow.